Welcome, you guys, to our weekly momentum call. So excited. And I just want to say tonight, I just want to say a huge thank you to our special guest. You guys, she is the creator of the 333. You hear me talk about it all the time, and I always give credit where credit's due. My friend Marina Simone, I met her in Vegas. I've known her before, but I met her in Vegas and actually got to hang out with her. She is just like us, you guys. You are gonna love her. I did post her socials if you want to give her a follow. But who better to learn this from than the woman that created it herself? So I am so excited. Marina, I just gave you co-host, so I'm super excited. I'll let you take over. The girls, they love the 333. We've been doing it for about 2 years, and we actually just started a boot camp and a 90-day run 2 days ago, and that's part of their task is doing the 333
Yes.
every single day. So I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, Amber, I love you. Can we go back to Vegas? Like, can we go
Yes.
back?
Please.
I'm so ready. You guys have one of the most caring, and I know you know this, but here's what I want you to know. When I first met Amber, I was a nobody, and we actually met at A&MP in Dallas. And I'll never forget, I had read her book, The 7 Cent Decision, right? That's the name of the book, right? And I remember running up to her because I just was like, your book, it was amazing. And then we became like besties after that. And we got to spend time together after that. And she is one of the realest humans on the planet. And I feel so grateful that God put me in her path and put her in my path because she's been a backbone for me for a while now since we've spent time together. And I can just imagine what it's like having her as your leader. So you guys, oh gosh, I have so much love for your leader. Like so much love. Like literally if she were to call me and say she needs me, I would jump on a plane for her in a heartbeat. And I know she would do all of that for every single one of you as well. So if you don't know me, drop new in the chat. Just for those of you that are like, I don't know who you are, lady. Like, it's totally okay if you're new to me. That's so exciting. Hi. Awesome. So you're like, oh, I've been using your method. Cool. That is so cool. You know what's amazing about that? When you create something that somebody else is going to use down the line and they don't even know where it came from, that's legacy. I want you all to strive for that because that's powerful. And that's what we strive for in network marketing, right? To build a business that we become irrelevant in that pays us when we're not around. Hello, I'm all for that too, right? That's why I joined network marketing in the first place. And so I want you to know if you're new to me and you've never heard my story before, I created the 333 method because I was not somebody that people wanted to join and make money with. Didn't have any friends or family that wanted to join me. I was the girl that hung out with, the party animals. I was dancing on bars, getting tips, not giving them. Like I'm giving tips now, right? I was chained to a cubicle and nobody wanted to make money with me. So when I joined network marketing, I had to figure out this whole social media thing. This was back in like 2013, and I see the DMs that I used to send, those hey girl messages. Like I would send them and I have actual screenshots and I cringe. Like when I go to message somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, I messaged them back in 2012 with the hey girl message and here's my link, come make money with me. And that didn't work for me for 2 years. For 2 years, I made no money in network marketing. And it was because I didn't have a network. And I kept hearing over and over again, like, your network is your net worth. Drop a one if you're like, yeah, I hear it all the time. Well, back then, Facebook was just like a thing. We had MySpace, but you couldn't really do the 333 on MySpace, right? It was only if you were on top friends. So Facebook came out and I was like, I've got to figure this out. I've got to figure it out. Instagram, I have to figure this out. How can I become BFFs with people that I know are just like me? I know there's got to be women that are out there just like me who maybe have a past, who maybe don't feel worthy, who maybe feel like they're meant for more, but they're chained to a cubicle. Like there's got to be some cool chicks out there just like me, right? And I was like, how can I become their bestie without looking desperate, without having commission breath, without them feeling like I wanted something from them. Because that was also important to me. Drop a 2 in the chat if that's important to you. You want to lead with integrity. You want to lead with I really want to find my people. I want to elevate my people. Oh, see, I love all those twos. Yes. That's truly what you've been called to do, by the way. You've been called into this business because you are meant to lead. Whether it's one person, 10 people, or a million people, you are called here because you are meant to lead. I truly believe that this industry calls the people who are chosen, period. I believe that because it's not easy what we do. And so I'm thinking in my head when I got started, I was like, okay, my mom's not joining me. My best friend, she's still out dancing on the bars. I'm home with a 1 year old. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to find a better way, right? These messages I'm sending to people, hey, join my opportunity, weren't working. Still to this day, they won't work, right? So I was like, what can I do? And I was like, well, people like when people like their stuff. I thought about the feeling that I got when somebody liked my post or commented on my post or even just poked me, right? Back then it was poking. Now poking is back, I believe. I believe people are getting poked again. Don't poke people. It's weird. It's I don't poke, just so we're clear. But it was like a thing. It's like, "Oh my gosh, they see me." And what I realized was is that there is power in being seen. And there's power in you seeing someone. And so I was like, "Wow, what if I could create eye contact digitally with people?" Now, I created this method, and before I get into it, I want to just give you guys a book that is really powerful that I read. It's called Digital Body Language. Digital Body Language. This will help you take the 333 to the next level. It'll help you like literally create besties in the digital world. This book changed the way I teach. Okay. And you can partner it with the 333 method. But what happens is what we don't realize is that social media is a way for us to connect, but it's also a way for people who never felt seen before feel seen. So I was like, if I could make eye contact and literally be in someone's notifications with hearting, with liking, with complimenting them. And if I was doing that 3 times, 3 hearts, 3 comments, 3 replies to someone's stories, 3 days in a row, that means that they're going to be seeing my face or my fudge, as I call it in Italian, okay, 27 times in a 72-hour period. Now, some people are like, oh, that's a little desperate. I didn't ask them for anything. All I did was compliment them. Can you imagine you're out, like out at dinner, and the waitress compliments you 27 times before you leave? Her tip's going to be a whole lot bigger, isn't it? Right? So I want you to think of it that way. I don't want you to think of it as like, oh my God, I'm a weirdo. I'm in their inbox and I'm in their notifications 27 times in 3 days. You're showing them that you see them. What else is that? You're not a bot. Think about right now. Social media is full of AI, bots, automation. You can't automate the 333 method. It's you connecting with that person. It's you taking the time to comment and compliment them in a way that makes them feel seen. When you create that eye contact with someone, you automatically create authority. Hear me. So many of you chase authority and you don't realize you have it in your back pocket with the 333 method. So I want to share with you guys some ways that I use the 333 method in everything that I do in my business. Is that cool? Yeah? Okay. If you don't know what the 333 method is, let me ask that question first. If you don't know what it is, Drop no, just the word. Oh, they know. Amber's like, oh, they know. Okay, good. Perfect. But if you don't, just know when I'm talking about the 333 method, think of Instagram. I would go to Amber's Instagram. I would go to three of her posts and I would heart them. Then I'm going to leave a comment. I call it the comment to cash method. I'm going to leave a comment that she's not going to forget. I'm going to take time on that comment,
Oh, okay.
right? I'm going to take time on that comment. Three of them, three different posts. And then if she has stories, I'm going to reply to three of her stories. Now, some people you can't do all three with in one day, and that's totally fine. You do as much as you can. But when you're commenting, I want you to think comment to cash. Is my comment a cash worthy comment? Will I be remembered? Because remember, all they have to remember you by is your photo and your words on social media. That is a digital body language that's digital conversation that you're having. By the way, speaking in memes and reels is also a digital conversation. We'll talk about that in a second, okay? So how can you use the 333 method? You can one, do it with complete strangers to create a new BFF on social media in 72 hours. So every day, my favorite number is 3, obviously. I'm like, who are the 3 new people I'm going to put onto my BFF list? Like, I want to create BFFs. I'm sure I 333'd Amber at some point. Positive. I probably do it and don't even know I'm doing it anymore. It's just in my head. It's just something I do because I know it makes people feel seen and I want them to know I see them. I actually track every single person that I 333. This is where it gets a little crazy. Why do I do this? I do this for a couple of reasons. One, I want to make sure that I'm actually paying attention to who I'm prospecting. If they're going to become a part of your movement, become a part of your team, don't you want to know a little bit more about them so they don't feel like you're automating their sign up, automating their purchase, automating their growth, right? So when you're 333, I want you to think about you're creating a digital memory, a digital moment with a brand new person before you even start prospecting them. Okay. So that's one way I love to use it. The second way I love to use it is as a follow up method, but I do it a little bit differently. When I'm following up using the 333, it's not random, it's going to be on purpose. And this is something that I've really mastered in the last 2 years in my business is finding ways to use memes to get back in the inbox because there's always like a meme that I see and it'll remind me of a relationship. It'll remind me of a digital moment that I had. Okay. And so, what I like to do is if I see a meme that I love, I will make it make sense for my business, for my product, for something. So then I can send it when I'm following up and it can put a smile on that person's face, right? It's different. It's not a, hey, I'm checking in to see if you still are ready to buy or still ready to join. It's a, I thought of you and I also wanted to make you laugh and I took the time to make you laugh with a meme that I created. I let them know I create the meme too. I will tell them straight out, I made this just for you. I made this just for you. Now, does that take a little bit more time? Absolutely. Absolutely. But guess what it does? It leaves another digital moment with that person from you. When that person joins you, they are 60% more likely to stick around because of the digital moments you created with them. The digital moments, the memories that you created with them, the time that you took to be with them, even though it's digitally. How powerful is that? 60% is a big number. Most people just stop. They're like, okay, but I did the 333. Now they're at my page. They're looking at my page. Eventually, they're going to comment the word blank on a reel or a post or go click the link in my bio. Maybe, maybe. But what if it was absolutely in your control how you led and how you influenced because you truly were spending time to create a digital moment with someone to become a part of your movement? Do you think that would sound different when you were inviting to an opportunity presentation? Different when you're inviting to an event? When you're inviting to a Zoom? When you're inviting to a Facebook group? I don't know, whatever you guys use. How different would that be? Your body language and your language will completely change. And so now the 333 method isn't about just getting attention. It becomes you creating moments with people online. Drop a one if you're like, wow, that is so powerful. Here's what I want you to know. The power I just gave you right there is power you already had, but you were just too afraid to use because you weren't sure. Let me tell you that every single one of you on this Zoom is meant to lead. You only have to be one day ahead of someone else to be able to lead them. One day, 1 hour, actually. But sometimes we get so stuck in where leadership is and where we aren't yet that we forget we're meant to lead now. We're meant to inspire now. We're meant to move people now. The money follows the movement. So if you're not moving and you're not bringing people with you on that movement, you're not complimenting and elevating, you're not bringing people up with you in conversation, even if they don't buy, the money is not going to come because you're staying stuck and money cannot move if you're not moving. When I understood this, this was like massive for me. I'm like, wait, you mean the whole time? As long as I am in a place that I know I'm supposed to lead, I'm looking at every digital moment as a moment for me to lead and elevate, that the money will follow? Okay, that's hot. I got to tell you, that's hot. It took the 333 method to a whole new level. Okay, so following up. Now, how many times do you follow up with somebody and do the 333 method? As many times as it takes, because when you have this moment with someone, so I have this girl, let me give you an example. I have this woman that we've been literally in conversation and friends, different companies, just friends for literally probably 6 years. We both have this, don't judge me. We have this like obsession with Chris Brown and his music. And so we literally send Chris Brown memes, videos, all that stuff back and forth to each other, right? All the time. This is our digital language to each other. I've identified that. So I know now I'm going to be in her hometown on Saturday, and I know that I'm going to be there. Reaching out to her to let her know I'm going to be in her hometown isn't weird. It's not weird. It doesn't feel icky. It doesn't feel salesy. It doesn't feel like that because we have created digital moments together. And so inviting her isn't icky. Does that make sense? Drop a three if all of a sudden the ick of being in someone's inbox feels a little bit lighter. Yeah, that's how it should feel. That's how it should feel for every single one of you. I don't care what your rank is. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money you didn't make. I don't care about any of that. Today is a new day for you on social media. You are leading. You were called. You are equipped. You are on the right team with the right leader, and you are meant to lead, period. The 333 method is just a way for people to see you so they can be seen. How else do I use the 333 method? Have you ever had, I don't know, someone that's fallen off from your team and maybe they just need you to be make them feel seen? 333 method is a great way to do that. You can even do it by texting them 3 days in a row. Some gifts, some memes, some inspirational quotes. It doesn't have to just be on social media. Okay, here's a true story. I got into an argument with my best friend. It happens. Hormones. I'm blaming it on perimenopause. And I felt a little bit awkward reaching back out to her after we hadn't spoke for 2 weeks because we were both mad at each other. Guess what I did? I 333'd her on social media and then I sent her a text. Why? Because I sent her some funny reels, some funny memes. It brought down the weirdness, and then I text her. There's so many ways you can use the 333 method. It's a digital moment, digital language. Now, I'm going to give you some science behind it because this is where it gets nerdy, but really cool, right? They say people have to see you 27 times on social media before they remember you. Okay, watch this. 333 for 3 days is 27 touch points in a 72-hour period. Maybe they don't join you in 72 hours. Maybe they don't buy your product, but they're not going to forget you. They're not going to forget you. So what we've just done is we've collapsed time. We've collapsed time. How many of you want to collapse time? Now, I'll never forget somebody's like, okay, when do you stop adding new people to your list? I said, when you're dead, is when you stop building your network. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many social media platforms. Pick one. Pick one. You don't have to do it on all of them. You'll go crazy. I can't do it on all of them. I'll go crazy. Instagram's my jam. That's where I play. That's where I stay. That's where I prospect. That's where I add to my list. I don't care how many followers I have. I know how many people I'm connecting with. Conversations are powerful. And the 333 method is there to help you get into more conversations because the person who has the most conversations is going to win. Let me tell you who's not going to win in 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. The people that have completely automated their businesses. The leaders that have forgot what network marketing means. The leaders that got too comfortable with comment the word blank on my reel and click buy. Those leaders are in for a rude awakening in the next 24 months because people like you and I and Amber who are spending the time 333 prospecting, tracking, taking the time to get to know the people, we're not going to have a high churn rate. We're going to have a stick and stay movement because you created digital moments that mattered to these people that join you or become your customers. It's building that trust. Right now, there's a lot of discernment on social media. You probably recognize the way that you purchase is a little bit different than the way we purchased in 2020. I don't know about you, but I don't even open TikTok to shop because I know when I open it, it's going to be something I don't need. And I don't feel like I'm purchasing from someone that I know. And so that has brought me back to Instagram. And I'm not saying I'm not knocking TikTok if that's your platform. I'm just saying personally for me what's happened. So I want you to think about personally what's happened for you in the way that you buy. Take some time and ChatGPT that out. Go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to learn about my personal buying behavior. This is like $1 million nugget right now, you guys. I want to learn about my buying behavior to help me to attract more people that buy like me. Ask me some questions. What that's going to do is that's going to make you aware of the way that you purchase. So then you are attracting people that buy just like you. Be brutally honest with ChatGPT when you do this. It's also going to help you create content that attracts more people that you can 333. So here's my next thing. I remember when there was a time where I was getting like 1,000 likes on Instagram and it was just too much. It was too much. And I prayed for days where I would not go viral. I prayed for days where I would only get 10, 15 likes so I could truly 333 people that were commenting and liking and watching my stories. Because your engaged audience is your hottest lead. And sometimes we forget about that because we're always looking for the newest follower, the newest comment, the newest like. And so I remember just praying for like, can I get like just slow down? And that's happened. And I'm so grateful for it because I'm having meaningful conversations again. I'm having like literally, I'm able to actually connect digitally again. I don't want the automation. I tell people when I'm DMing them, PS, this is not a bot. I voice message them, this is not a bot. It's me, right? Why? Because I'm already different than 99.9% of people they're getting DMs from because they're bots or it's automation. So think about that. How you buy, how you would you like to get a bot notification from Amber? No, you don't want a bot notification from her. When she sends a voice message to you, that's like, oh, that's her. Okay, that's her, right? Same thing. Your prospects, your leads, your people on the other side of social media want that from you. I know you don't think that because maybe you're not the, blackberry, diamond, purple, pink rank, right? But what if I told you, if I stripped all the ranks away from every single leader, if they didn't have the heart to connect, to elevate, and to lead, the rank doesn't matter. I've been stripped of all of it before, all my money, everything, and had to start from scratch. And guess what? Your heart to connect with people, to lead people, and to elevate people will always help you move so the money moves with you. You can always rebuild it again. Every single one of you right now, I want you to think about why do I feel like I shouldn't be leading in a conversation? Why? What is that? What is that thing that's telling you you're not allowed to lead or you're not worthy of leading? Because if you use the 333 method and you feel like you're not supposed to lead, you're always going to stay surface level in your conversations. You're never going to go 7 layers deep. When you can go 7 layers deep and peel back an onion in the 333 method in conversation, OMG, you'll be like, why is this so easy to get people to join my movement, to buy my product? Because they feel seen, because they feel heard, and because you made them matter. That's what our job is. Remind people they matter. Celebrate people. Celebrate humans. Develop people. Look, does everybody want to enroll an influencer who just does 100,000 in sales just from one post? Sure. Great. But I would rather spend time developing 10 people that weren't influencers that become leaders of a movement and create legacy, just like we did with the 333 method. I want everyone in this industry to use this method because it works. I don't care if I get clout for it. I just want everyone to use it because it works every single time. Because when you can make someone feel seen, making money is never a problem. So I don't know if you guys like have any questions around the 333 method or anything like that, but just know you can use it on any platform. You can use it at any time. What you need to really figure out is how are you showing up on social media? And is it from a place where you would buy, or is it a place where you're getting the ick? Like the ick. I love it. The ick, right? Like people get the ick on social media. We don't want to give the ick. We also need to know that some people are going to get the ick regardless because we have our own values, we have our own beliefs, we have our own idea of what the movement inside of your company is, right? And that's okay. Figure that out for you. The 333 is you're going to comment 3 times. So, like, I would go to Amber's Instagram, for example. I would go to her 3 earliest posts. I would heart those 3. I would leave a meaningful comment, comment to cash, on 3 of them. And then I'm going to reply to 3 of her stories. So that's 333. You're going to do that for 3 days in a row. When you times that out, it's 9 times 3, which is 27 notifications in someone's inbox. That's how that works. You want to get even nerdier? Eventually, you start to see in your conversations that your conversation turns into a sales process where you're interviewing people. You're interviewing people to see if there's someone that you would want to develop, that you want to lead. All of a sudden, it's not who's going to join my business, is are you someone that I want to lead? Are you someone that can be developed? And all of a sudden, your posture and authority changes. You become the authority, period, because your posture changed. How powerful is that? You have the authority in your back pocket. You just have to pull it out. Okay. So the 333 method, when you're doing that 27 times, you're in someone's notifications. Yeah, sometimes they end up following you. Sometimes they don't follow you, but they click around. But what's even cooler is that when you figure out your sales process, you can start tracking conversations and you can say, okay, if I 333 100 people in a week, you need to set timers and do this, by the way. Set timers when you do the 333. But you'll be able to see, like, if I 333 100 new people, I'll get 10 new followers. Those 10 new followers, I send a welcome message to. It's a friendly one. I'm not selling them, no links. And then we're in this sales process. Then you're like, okay, in this sales process, I know if I can get them on a Zoom, if I get 10 people on a Zoom, then I know that if my closing rate is 30%, I know my numbers. I now know that if I 333 100 people in a week, I can get 10 people on a Zoom. My closing rate is 60%. That's how my business grows. So of course I'm going to track it. So know your numbers. That's another thing I will say. Don't just 333 and like just not track what you're doing. What is an example of my welcome message? Oh, I love this. Perfect. Christy, oh my gosh, why are you following me? Did a reel make you laugh or is it because I'm just really cool? I'm just kidding. What's up? How are you? Thank you so much for following me. And I send a voice message. Like I keep it 100. I message every single new follower. Every single new follower. Sometimes I text, sometimes a voice. It depends on what time it is, but I message every brand new follower. A follower, I want you to think of a brand new follower as $100 a month in your bank account. If you track and you use the 333 method the right way, you can track and you can basically count every new follower as $100 a month in your bank account. You're going to look at those followers a little different now, aren't you? They're not just followers. Now you're looking at it like, whoa. Oh, Amber, use a 333 tracker. Yes. Does the person have to be someone that you follow or they follow you? Nope. Now, if their Instagram or their social media is private, then you probably won't be able to 333 them. So I always start with your hottest market, the people that are watching your stories, the people that are commenting, the people that are liking. Then go to mutual friends, mutual followers. I like to go personally to like big accounts that are like mom accounts, for example, right? I'm a mom. So I'm a mom of a teenager and I'm a mom of a 6 year old. So I have a 16-year-old and a 7 year old. It's like whiplash, by the way. Hormones and it's a good time. Let's just say that. It's a great time. God has a sense of humor with the 9 years in between. But so I like to find like teenage mom memes or whatever, like I'm gonna go find a meme account and I'm gonna go look at the people that are commenting and I'll find new people to 333 there. If they have the same sense of humor as me, then we're good. Like we're good. Katie's like, same. I have a 16, 14, and a 5 year old. Katie, what were we thinking? Oh, Tony too. Apparently this is a thing. Okay, are you guys in your 40s too? Is this something we all did? Millennials? Is this what we did? We all messed up? Yup, it is. I don't feel so bad. My husband's going to be 49. He's like, this is not the same. I'm like, imagine being pregnant at 26 and then at 36. Completely different experience there. Yeah, 38, 2020, 19. I love it. 48 here. Yeah. So I love it. So I just want you to know that I think sometimes we can look at social media and we take it for granted because we always know that there's another person that we can connect with. What I want to challenge all of you to do in 2026 is lead on social media. Lead. It doesn't mean you have to be like polarizing or you have to be like on one side or another. How can you lead? How can you elevate? Because I'll tell you right now, I was a nobody with no network. There is no reason that I should have the success I have according to society. But I took the time to elevate humans on social media because I knew that I didn't have anybody elevating me. I did in network marketing, but in the real world, my boss wasn't elevating me. She was mean. She was horrible. She just kept stacking more stuff on my desks. Like she didn't care. I remember one time I was crying because I got a text message from my now 16-year-old was 1 years old and I was crying because I was late again to go get her and they charge you for every hour you're late and I couldn't afford to pay for the hour and I literally had tears coming down my eyes and my boss didn't care. She just came and she threw a whole stack of new things she wanted me to do, right? For her business. And I just remember feeling so unseen. And I still to this day, that was back in 2011. Still to this day, I bring myself to that moment before I prospect. That many years later, doesn't matter how much is in my bank account, how much money I make. I remember why I do this. I remember why I still prospect. I remember why I still lead. Is because if we don't, who will? If we don't, who will? And I think that's a responsibility we all have in this industry. And you guys, you have that gift. You were called. That's why you're here. So I hope that was helpful, Amber.
That was so helpful. So helpful. You guys, I'm really, really excited. I hope you take it serious because this girl knows what she's talking about. I learned from her. And the 333 has been working for me. I mean, I signed up 20 people last month, about 20 people a month. I 3 like a maniac, you guys. Like a freaking maniac.
Let's
And
go.
I did
Let's
create a
go.
tracker for them for their 333. It tracks the platform they're on, their social media handle, the person's name, when they started their 333, and then there's a little checkbox for every time they do the actions. So
See, look,
use
listen.
it, girl.
Amber needs to take full responsibility for the 333 method because I don't have a tracker. She made a
No,
tracker.
it's
It
all
is
yours,
her
baby.
method now. But I'm going to tell you right now, like, it's so crazy because sometimes we think it's so much more difficult than that, and it's really not because people just want to be seen. And one thing that Amber, you're so good at is you take the time. You take the time. I notice that about you. I see it on your social. You don't just respond with hearts and you really take the time to dig in with your people and go 7 layers deep. And that's what's going to make every single one of you stand out over any influencer that's out there or any celebrity selling something. Like you taking the time, people just want to be seen. They want to hear you say their name on a live. They want to hear you, reference a joke that you guys had in your stories, right? Like they just want to feel like they're a part of something. And you have that. And Amber, you're the culture queen. Like when I see what you've done in this industry, I mean, you guys, I literally ran up to her, okay, in Dallas, ran up to her. And I didn't care who was standing next to her. I was like, I read your book. Like I was like on her, okay? I learned so much about culture from Amber. And so think about that. You're building the team and the culture from the second you start 333ing people. How crazy is that? From the second you start 333ing them, you're creating that.
And I know you get this too because you're the one that created it, but I get messages all the time that says, Amber, you're the only influencer I message that ever responds.
Every
And that's
time.
it.
And it blows my mind. It blows my mind. I'm like, do they know? how much money that's just following them. It's insane. So I have an influencer friend, right? And I'm not going to say names, obviously, but I will say this. She's got over 1 million followers, right? And what she was doing is not working anymore. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. People are buying with discernment. They are not just click buying, right? They're not doing that. They're looking at who am I giving my money to? Why am I giving my money to that person? And those are the type of people you want to join you, by the way. Are those types of people. And I said to her, I said, when was the last time you replied in your DMs and it wasn't your VA? And she was like, well, I just can't get to everyone. I go, yeah, well, everyone isn't who you're supposed to get to. You're supposed to get to the people that you're supposed to connect with. I don't care how many followers you have. Eventually, those people will get sick of not being seen and they'll stop following you or they'll ignore you or they'll hit mute because now people can mute you, right? You want to avoid that? Look at what Amber just said. You're one of the only influencers that ever respond to me. That's insane to me. Don't be that influencer. Don't be that person. I love it. I bet this team is going to like literally with this challenge, you guys are probably going to literally 10x. Think about that. You'll 10x your leads, you'll 10x your enrollments, you'll 10x your sales, you'll 10x your teams. Like, oh, so good. Are you supposed to do the 3 through 3s with more than one person per day? So my favorite number is 3. And again, this is just because I have a very, like, if you're adding 3 new people plus the 3 people, it adds up, right? It adds up. So when you're starting off, you're like, oh, 3's a breeze. But then you're like, okay, the next day you're adding 3 new people. So you're 3 new people plus the 3 people from yesterday. And so this is why you need to track it. This is why you need to treat it like a business and track who you're 333, right? Because you don't want people to get lost. And I used to have notebooks. I used to be such a nerd. I'd be like, okay, 333 this day, then I'd write them into the next notebook. Now we have all these cool things we can track, so we don't have to do all the notebook thing, right? But I would literally track it because I didn't want to forget. So don't go start with 10 and then forget them because then it won't work. You need to follow the tracking system that Amber's created because that's why she's enrolling 20 people in 1 month. That right there.
All right. Does anyone have any more questions? Otherwise, we're going to get to work. We're going to get to work. And I just want to say thank you so much for doing
Oh
this.
my gosh, I'm so honored. Honestly, like I would do anything for you any time of the day. You call me, I'm here.
Thank you so much. And we are all going to the ANP. I'm campaigning this. The team is coming. So just,
Yes.
you guys, that's another
Yes.
perk of getting to the ANP is you get to meet her.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Listen, AMP is going to be, honestly, that is the safest event too in our industry. Let's just
Mhm.
say it. It's the safest event in our industry. You have like people, their brain. Listen, I go to just pick everybody's brain. I'm selfish. That's what I go for. I love it. Well, thank you guys for
Same.
having me so much.
Yes, thank you so much. I love you so much.
I love you too, babe.
All right, you guys,
Bye.
get your 333 on. Let's do it. Good night, everybody.